Hello, welcome to Blender Monk. In this tutorial we are going to create this diamond tunnel effect, all in Blender. Very cool, right? So let's dive into Blender. Here we see an empty scene. What we are going to do first is we are going to model a seamless, tileable Voronoi pattern, yes? For that we are going to add a reference picture, which is this one. This one is the one I chose, yes? Now what I want to do is I want to lock the selection so I'm not able to select it. You do it in the outliner here. And I'm going to add a plane on top of it. Make it here in the shading transparent. Toggle X-ray. And I'm going to align it so that it is quasi the same. It's a bit out of line. I will then select this and align it a bitsy better. I would say that's okay. And lock it again. Now select my plane, go into edit mode. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to model all of these lines and connect them as well. This is going to be a process which I will speed up for you substantially. But to begin with, just to show how I do it, so you can also do it. Yeah. So I just copy one of the edges and then align them such that it's like right in the middle. So, and another one, for example, I do here. Yeah. And then I select 2, and with W, Tiny Cat, which is a kind of an add-on that comes with Blender, intersect selected edges. And now you see they have been connected. What I usually do is select all of them and merge by distance, because sometimes extra vertices are created we don't need. And for that, like that, you continue building that grid. So I will do it now, and I will not say much, and I will speed it up for you guys, so you don't have to watch it for so long. Okay. Okay, so now I have created almost this grid, and I will show you how I will do to create that seamless edge, so it can be repeated with the array modifier easily, yes? So because it has already square around it, what we are going to do is the following. We're going to already put an array on it. Actually, we can just make this one not visible and put an array on it. You see how it is connecting with one another. Well, actually, no, this is still kind of necessary. And we're gonna put another array, but we're going to do the offset on a different axis. Yeah, and then we do it again on a different axis, maybe -1, yes, like that. So we got all the sides covered around the basic one. So we can just apply, and just remove the doubles. And what we can do is then we connect these ones here, which I will do now. You can connect them according to the lines of the texture. So I'm just going to do that now. Now that I have done that all, I can go to edge select mode and just select all these edges that intersect with those with the edge of the square that we started with. Like so. W, Tiny Cat, intersect select edges. Remove doubles. You can see it removed some doubles. What we can do now is that we can basically delete all the parts that were created with the array modifier. So then you are left with this. And you can technically also remove the square now, because the endpoints where it intersects with the next part when you put array has been defined. So we can just remove those. So you end up with this. Oh, this one was missing. And we can just select these and already create the faces for it. I hope I didn't create this one big face, because that might happen sometimes, yes? But I don't think so. Anyways, so I guess we don't need the texture anymore now. Now it's quite clear what is to be done. Now here is still one. And here as well. And here. I couldn't see it before. And now we are actually going to put the array modifier. Is to 4, and now in another one for the length. Can make it long, like in the video. It's okay, it's not going to be high poly anyway. So, yes. So we can apply them both. And what we have to do, or what we, it seems we have this one floating one which I'm going to delete. So now we have to actually delete all these extra vertices that were created because of the I also removed doubles. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove these with dissolve vertices. So I'm going to do that now. It's a bit of a job. No, wait, actually there is an easy way. If you do Shift G and amount of connected edges, because the amount of connected edges is 2. So we got them all selected and dissolve vertices. This is the faster way, yes? So now what I'm going to do, we have to make faces for all of these ones. Maybe we can also do select by trait non-manifold and then create all the faces. Yes, so now when you go into okay, so we have this one big one that we can delete. Yes, we don't need that one. So I don't think they must all be individual small, or not. Okay, I think so. So now we have created this. Now we kind of go to part 2 of the tutorial. So now in the next part, what we are going to do, we can delete this pesky vertices. We don't need them. And what we can do now is we can add a, let's say, a curve path. This will be our arc, for example, as such. We can make it an arc. I guess it can be bigger, because the bit higher, well, so something like this. You can of course adjust it to your own liking, your own preference, the kind of thing you want in life in terms of size. We can apply the scale. Maybe of this we can also apply the scale. Why not? It's always good to sometimes just apply the scale. Now what I want to do is to set the origin of this object of our Voronoi mesh to geometry, and then I'm going to move this a little bit over here and then snap, or no, the cursor to the selection of the arc, and then select our Voronoi texture and then selection to cursor, and then on the Voronoi mesh we are going to deform it with a curve modifier, which of course we are going to use the curve that we have added. So we just need to move this like so. You see, now it's kind of equal. Maybe, yes, here we can see. We can just adjust it a little. It's okay, it's going through the bottom, but that is fine. And I suppose we can apply this and add a generate solidify modifier on the outside. Give it a bit of a thickness, I should say. Why not? Yes. And we don't have to apply this modifier because we can always modify it later. Actually, it wasn't too smart to let me just redo it. I think it might be better to keep the curve modifier there, because why not? Why not, right? You never know if you want to change the shape a little bit into something else. It might be useful. And what we are going to do now is we are going to add an empty plane axis. I want to put it above here. And we are going to add a displacement. But that's again for deform. Yes, displace modifier. And we're gonna do a texture. And for that, we added a texture here. We have to go to the texture tab here and then choose, for example, the cloud texture. And here you already start seeing what we want. Yes, this is what we want. We move the camera a bit up, something like this. This is what we want. Let's say, let's increase the strength a bit. Yes. And for the coordinates, we are going to choose an object, which will be our empty. So now when you move the empty in any way, what you will see is it's all moving. It's all moving dynamically. So for that, we can then open a window with the timeline. Yes. So move my recording stuff. So here you can already see that if you go to rendered view, you can see those nice shapes. I'm going to add another window here with the shader editor. And yes, so how to animate it is of course quite simple. We just going to animate this empty. I suppose we are just going to move it upwards, yes. So I pressed the I key, while having a cursor on the location coordinates system and on the first frame, and then I go with this button to the last frame, and then I just kind of move it up with the slider here and see, maybe like this. You can always adjust it later. And I'm just going to add another window, which will be my graph editor. And having this still the empty selected, I can see it is a Bezier curve, but I'm going to press T and change it to linear, so the movement that will be all the same. So here we see it is quite fast. Yes, it is too fast. I guess we can all agree, and we can just modify it, bring it down directly in the graph editor. And then, yeah, maybe it's still a bit too fast, in my opinion. Yeah, this is more relaxed, maybe slightly more. Yeah, this is more chilled. So now we can just add a plane and scale it. Make it all the way like this. So, ooh, it's quite dark, yes. So we're just gonna add a simple material here for the ground, just so that it is a bit reflective, so we can use metallic. And then for the top one, we can also add a new material, but I have an add-on or a pack of glass shaders that I purchased, which is called Shader Plus. You can find this on the Blender Market or on Gumroad. I use it for to make like nice glass things. I think it's this one, and then you replace it in a socket. Ooh, then you got this fancy diamonds, yes? I wonder if the sun is too strong. No. It's quite bright. So here you see, we got ourselves the diamond. You can already see it's a bit noisy, even though I have a RTX 4090. It's a little bit grainy because it is quite a lot of computational powers. Let's see if there's some other glass. Okay, maybe. Refraction, there you have got refraction preset. Chromatic aberration, what does that do? I don't know. Oh, you see, you can play with different setups depending if you have some pack of shaders like this one I mentioned, and you can kind of create pretty cool things, I should say. This looks pretty cool, and this looks also pretty cool. You can adjust the roughness, for example, so you got this kind of more smoothed out, you see, mellow color. Make it a bit of rouge, rouge, mole and rouge. Citrus, you know, you can do this all this crystal cave where you meditate in and stuff. Very nice, very nice. You can increase the caustics as well. You can just play with it, you know, and see what comes out as nice. For example, this is actually nice as a black color, yes? So somewhat darker. Ooh. And this saves on render time, because it's a direct, fully glossy reflection. Of course, you want to like that little bit, that blurred out shine, yes? Now what you can do, of course, what people usually do, we do that denoising right in the browser, and therefore also in the final render. So yeah, you can see this is how it's done. And you can, for example, apply the curve modifier, yes, this curve modifier, and then create add a curve circle, and then make it such that it's a seamless circle of crystal, so you can have like the camera flying around it in a circle. That would also be quite cool. Or even in a tunnel, you can even do it as a tunnel form, like a tunnel in space with crystal moving. I actually want to do that and create like a virtual reality experience. That would be quite a nice thing to do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you like this tutorial, the final file will be on my Patreon page, and all the links of that are in the description of this tutorial. Also links to my Blender market page and other products I'm selling. Of course, there will be more tutorials in the future, don't worry. Of course, you don't need the final blend file. I think even this tutorial can be followed by beginners, relatively beginners, so there's no need to subscribe to my Patreon and spend money on it. You can do it without it if it's difficult to pay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Thank you very much.